Hello everyone, and welcome back to your source for all things video game and rarely tech related, Gentoo. As always, we're your hosts, Cade Cox
and Chris Young. This is sadly the last time we'll be together, so our content will be focused on our highlights from this season. Instead of talking about upcoming games, we thought you'd enjoy some bloopers from your favorite hosts.
First up, we have the Elder Scrolls Online Flames of Ambition DLC. Oh, me, my bad. Go back up. A mouthful, but...
You're good! You got it! You're great!
Wow. Like a cucumber in my pants right here, and it's have a giant...
It's rolling and go.
All right. So you're going to read next up as Cade. That's all for this week. These titles and many more will be releasing throughout the month, so keep your eyes peeled. Oh, my bad. Is that what he wanted?
Yeah, exactly.
It's rolling, so just...
Oh.
Is he out of frame?
Yeah, can you see me? Turn around, dipshit, and look.
Oh. Yeah, you're out of there.
Yo, but I want to say, whoever's on prompter almost screwed me. The entire time the line I was reading was like off the screen. God, still clutching it. You can't stop this, Aaron. You're trying to bird demon skin.
JB.
Don't call me JB.
On your go.
Don't. Are we recording right now? Yeah. This is sadly the last time we'll be... Sim! This is the last time we'll be together, so our content will be focused on our highlights from this season. Instead of talking about upcoming games, we thought you'd enjoy some bloopers or stuff like this from your favorite hosts. I swear to God.
You're mic'd up, brother.
Yeah, in fact, get your ass back up there. I'm going to take a righteous leap.
Hopefully you enjoyed those candid moments. Next up is Cade with a different reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to the last episode of A Different Reality, where this week you have to listen to me talk about my favorite games I played this year, as well as some recommendations that I didn't get a chance to cover. I'm Cade Cox, and this week's game is Try Not to Cry in the Studio. There's no way I could put the games I talked about this year on a list ranked worst to best. I love them all. That's why I wanted to share them with you guys. So instead, I will pick 3 games from this year that I play the most and enjoy playing more often. The first game I found myself going back to play the most is Onward. The replayability of this game is insane. I go back and forth from playing against the super sweaty bots and multiplayer games, and both of those are fun in their own different ways. I know I said it earlier in the year, but it can't be stressed enough. The gunplay and mechanics in this game are so addicting. Sometimes I just go to the shooting range or go through the kill house using different weapons, trying to complete it without messing up. If someone were to ask me what game they should pick up first if they just got a VR setup, Onward is definitely one of, if not the first game that comes to mind. The next game that I think every VR player should experience is Boneworks. And no, this isn't a joke trying to get other people attacked by those spider headsets from hell. I genuinely believe that Boneworks is one of the most advanced and unique VR games on the market today. Not only is the story done beautifully and the level design will keep every player on their toes, but all the simple things are done extraordinarily well. Interacting with the environment around you in Boneworks feels organic and natural, which just adds to what I say is the most important thing in VR games: immersion. And if there is one game that I would say is the most immersive, it's probably Boneworks. It is still the only game in my life to give me goosebumps on a regular basis, and for that reason, I would recommend it to anyone wanting a more intense VR experience. And lastly, I can't do a highlights list without mentioning Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. This is still the most unique idea I've seen in a video game to this day, and it's done so well. If they would have gone for a more realistic bomb and more realistic defusal techniques, they would have missed out on such a bigger audience. The game offers something for both VR rookies and seasoned vets, and anytime I have a friend over, it's always a contender for what we want to do next. To wrap up the swan song of ADR, I wanted to share some titles that I would definitely recommend even though I didn't get a chance to share them with you guys this year. The first game is The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Trying to explain this game in 3 minutes would be a sin, let alone 30 seconds. When this game hit the market, it was an immediate hit with its great storytelling, unique crafting system, and gruesome combat. Saints and Sinners drops you into the Telltale Walking Dead universe with the main objective of simply surviving, among other things, but I don't want to go into too much detail, but there are 1001 things in this game I could talk about. It would definitely be better if you got to experience them yourself. The last game that I would definitely recommend that I didn't get a chance to talk about is Superhot VR. Superhot came out in 2016 and it is very different than most games. In Superhot, time only moves when you move, and you need to fight through rooms of bad guys without getting hit. It almost feels like a puzzle game, but with a stupid amount of enemies and an even stupider amount of slow motion. This game is super addicting, it would be a great pickup for anyone. And that's going to do it here for the last episode of ADR. And from the bottom of my heart, I wanted to thank everyone on Gentoo and at KNWT for being some of the most supportive and creative people I've had the honor of working with. I give all of you 10 out of 10.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome to Game Over. The game also provides a lot of missing content that its 2015 predecessor lacked, like an actual good model for Chewbacca. Look at it! It's ugly, isn't it? Claiming them as surprise mechanics and equating them to that of, and I'm not making this up, Kinder Surprise eggs. You know, the candy with the little toy inside of it. So good on you, EA. You did something right for once. One of these leaks was unexpected, to say the least, revealing that players would have the ability to customize their junk. They intentionally hid any footage of the game running on the now last-gen consoles from early reviewers, Sony, and Microsoft. Why is that, you ask? Well, basically, the game ran like absolute shit on the PS4 and Xbox One, and CD Projekt Red, they knew it did too. Actually, let's take a look at the PC player base while we're at it. Oh. It's safe to say that this live service game isn't doing too hot. And lastly, we have the technical issues. Now, to be upfront, there's too many bugs to list, so I'm only going to be mentioning the ones that I find are the most problematic, starting with frame rate. But as soon as you launch that first strike at an enemy, your game transforms into a PowerPoint presentation. Alongside the frustrating performance barriers, there was also an extreme lack of content that drove the general player base away quite quickly. And those that stuck with the game, I can only assume felt the same kind of numbness as you would if you were to play Cookie Clicker. Of course, this shell of what was promised at launch enraged players to an unbelievable degree.
My handbag! You bad kitty!
As the amount of players of the Culling 1 dwindled and more games took center stage in the genre, Xaviant decided not to try to improve their already existing game, but instead release a second entry out of nowhere to capitalize on this popularity.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
If you want to play more than that, we'll be offering token packs, along with passes that give unlimited access for a week or a month.
Sorry, I just think I'm too stupid to understand this.
Alongside that, one of this game's most unique features came in the form of open world flight, essentially allowing you to become the Iron Man that you always wanted to be as a kid. Take notes, Marvel's Avengers. And yes, this same Amazon that you can buy a bathrobe or car parts from also dabbles in game development. Because why not? Now I hear you asking, actually I can't hear you since this is recording, but I'm going to pretend that you're asking anyway, what platforms can you play this on? Well, to answer that, it's currently only available on PC and mobile devices. You know what, to prove that, here's a few places that you can play it at. I can play it on my PC. I can even play it in the bathroom. I can even play it in the shower.
Maybe that one wasn't such a good idea. Also, ow.
The point is, you can play this game basically anywhere. Sometimes it works out and other times not so much, with some more than others. So, if you're wanting a game that you can play almost anywhere, costs no money, and test your thinking, then I could not recommend Hearthstone more.
We're not quite done strolling down memory lane just yet. Austin, Cody, and John will take you the rest of the way.
I'm gonna miss him.
I know. I can do the lip thing, but I have a mask on.
It looks really funny with the mask on.
Welcome back to Scrambled Secrets, where we show off the best hidden Easter eggs in video games. I'm video game enthusiast Austin Claypool, and today we'll be looking at Borderlands 3, Portal 2, Skyrim, Red Dead Redemption 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Goat Simulator. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Scrambled Secrets for the last time. As always, I'm your host Austin Claypool, and today we'll be looking at the best Easter eggs featured on the show. Starting with the first episode of Scrambled Secrets, we have the Take On Me Easter egg in Just Cause 4. Hidden in an unfinished construction building is a peculiar party. Enter the building and you may hear a familiar song playing. This tune is none other than a-ha's Take On Me. Follow the beat to find a black and white room nearly identical to the one seen in the 1985 music video. Next up we have the UFO hidden secret in Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, so that last one was a joke about the aliens, but aliens really do exist in Red Dead 2. Our final Easter egg today is an alien spacecraft that can be seen floating in the night sky. To catch this UFO, you must be on top of Mount Shan at 2 a.m. Unfortunately, you don't get abducted or anything cool like that, but nevertheless, it's still a really interesting Easter egg. Coming up next is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Easter egg in Goat Simulator. Take it away, Austin. Next to the bridge by the carnival, there is a sewer entrance. Hop on in to get into the sewers where you'll find 4 pizza-loving brothers, each with their own specific colors. Of course, this is a reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but because of copyright issues, in this game they are simply named Turtle. My favorite UFO Easter egg can be found in Grand Theft Auto 5. Check this one out. This is far from the only alien ship lurking about in the skies above the city. In fact, here's another one hidden above the clouds in this artistic monument. Ironically, this art piece is titled Beam Me Up. I guess the artist wasn't kidding. My final favorite hidden Easter egg is from the Skyrim episode. Finally today we have a Minecraft Easter egg. If you make your way to the top of the huge mountain in the center of the map called Throat of the World, you will find a unique tool. Hidden at the top of this snowy mountain is the Notched Pickaxe, a reference to the creator of Minecraft, Marcus Persson, aka Notch. This tool has enchantments on it that raises the player's smithing abilities and also does 5 shock damage to all enemies hit by the pickaxe. That's all for this final episode of Scrambled Secrets. I want to thank you all so much for watching this series. As always, I've been your host, Austin Claypool. Stay safe out there. Peace.
What is up, and welcome back to the last ever episode of Monkey Plays, where Trenton and I try to survive Rust. Last week I traveled to Trainyard, where I completed the keycard puzzle and opened the green and blue keycard doors. Today I'm going to be traveling to military tunnels to solve the final red keycard puzzle. But without further ado, welcome to Rust. So why do we want to go to military tunnels? Well, because military tunnels is one of the hardest monuments in Rust. It also holds a lot of different loot and resources, such as crates, scientists, and finally a green, blue, and red keycard door. Around the outside area, there is also numerous crates, food stashes, and barrels. What will we need? Since military tunnel has a red keycard door, it is guarded by the scientists. These scientists are a lot tougher than the ones on oil rigs with more health, so I'll be bringing some guns, meds, ammo, a fuse to get in, and a red, blue, and green keycard. To start the puzzle, I'll be venturing down the main tunnel where I'm greeted by the first of scientists. After I got done killing the scientists, I headed over to the armory room where the first step of the puzzle was located. In the first room on the right, you'll locate a fuse box and place the first and only fuse. After that, you'll flip the switch and head out of the room. These rooms also contain crates that you can loot, referring back to last week where I said you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. After I flip the first switch, I'll head out the way I came in and I'll venture down into one of the mining tunnels. After traveling down the tunnel, I'm greeted by the first keycard door, the green one. But be aware, there's 1 scientist guarding this room. After clearing this room, you'll flip another switch and head out a door where you'll find yourself in the main area. This area is heavily guarded by the scientists, so watch out. In the middle of the tunnel, you'll find a train car with high-value crates. You can loot this when you've cleared the scientists guarding it. I even got a bolt-action rifle for mine. After you're done, you'll make your way to the end of the tunnel where you'll find the blue keycard door. After opening it, similar to the green door, there will be 1 scientist guarding the area. After you kill him, you'll see the red door. You have to flip the switch just below it to turn on the swiper thingy. After you swipe the card, you can open the red keycard door. But be aware, instead of one, there are 4 scientists guarding the room. After I killed him, I opened the crates and got some decent loot. After that, I headed out the exit and back towards home. Well guys, this is the final episode of Monkey Plays. Thank you guys so much for watching the series. In each episode, where Trenton and I would try to survive Rust. In this series, you guys saw us meet up, create a base, explore the underground train systems, travel to oil rigs, take on a tank, and completed some keycard puzzles. Thank you guys for watching. This week I traveled to military tunnels, where I fought and killed the scientists that guarded the red keycard door. After that, I opened the red door and looted the crates. As always, have a good one, and thank you for watching.
Welcome back to another episode of Hidden Gems in Gaming. I'm your host, John Taylor, and I know what you're gonna say. John, what gives? This isn't a hidden gem. This is Minecraft. Everybody knows Minecraft. Well, now that's over with. The name of the game is Speed. As you play more and more and get deeper into the game, the choices become more complex and crazy. And what you thought was one thing is something completely different the next time. This game really plays around the aspect of deja vu and really makes you question everything as you continue throughout this game. And finally, the Forge, which is one of the bigger chambers in this game and really tests your strength before you can finally get to that final boss. With its release back in 2016 on Steam and then on Switch and consoles in 2017, there were numerous updates that were added to add so much more to the game, like new characters, weapons, and NPCs. With a price tag of $15, I would say this is well worth the amount of gameplay you get. I mean, look at me. I have over 400 hours on this game and I still come back and play it. Winecraft is the largest and most popular MMORPG server on Minecraft. Just like you saw in the intro of this video, this server offers so much for the role-playing fanatics, as wherever you go in this huge world is someone you can interact with to find a new quest to venture on. Complete quests, raids, dungeons, and explore the vastness of this immersive world with the biggest and most detailed adventure map. I mean, look at the size of it. With all this exploring, you'll never get bored. Walking through the Ion and exploring this open world game is such a fun experience, you almost forget that you have to complete puzzles to beat it. But if you're willing to take the time and effort to complete each puzzle, it is so worth playing this game. People call this the amazing game you shouldn't play, as if you've played this game, you know it gets very frustrating as you get closer and closer to the end. Even the creator, Jonathan Blow, acknowledges it, and reaching the end of the game is an achievement on its own, and is very difficult to complete. You can come across plenty of fish that you catch from fishing or buy from vendors, and feeding those fish to your pet will transform the pet into another creature for a certain amount of time or even permanently, thus giving it boosted stats and boosted defenses. But the main point of this game is to complete the contract and get money. The goal is to be quick with figuring out where the ghost is and what kind of ghost it is, so you can put all the details together and then get out without dying. Although you can play this game solo, it is highly recommended to play this game with other friends because going through some of the locations can be quite creepy when you are all alone. With this game being very simple and solely focused on being the fastest and getting your beer back, the grind and repetitiveness of each level to better your time even by the second is really the enjoyment I get personally of hoping to get in those top scores of the leaderboards. You're still here? It's over. Go play Winecraft. Go.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Project Delta. It's the first episode of this season. I'm your host, Aaron James. Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Project Delta. As always, I'm your host, Aaron James. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Project Delta. As always, I'm your host, Aaron James.
I guess, I don't know, I've been playing split screen forever. I mean, everybody's had to share their console with a little brother, sister, cousin, or whatever. But split screen's never been fun, ever. No one's ever enjoyed split screen. Especially when you do like PvP, you can like, oh, nuke.
Everybody's screen peeking.
Yeah, screen peeking, yeah,
screen
peeking.
Oh, call my mom. She's gonna be furious. You were peeking my screen.
No, this is my first time playing on this map.
Yeah, this is a brand new map.
It's a brand new map.
It released last week.
What's the name of it
Or
again?
maybe almost 2 weeks now. It's called Firebase Z.
Firebase Z.
Yeah, probably Firebase
Now,
Zebra.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Because, you know,
I've read up a little
not
bit on it because
zombies.
it's my job to be up to date on these things. We're in Vietnam, correct?
Vietnam?
I
Is
think
that where
that's
this
is
takes
that where the
place?
map takes place?
I'd believe it. There is a battlefield that will here.
Whoa, whoa.
We gotta enter the teleporter, Cade. Follow me. Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Jedi Fallen Order.
All right. And, right now you're climbing up a AT-AT.
I'm absolutely climbing up an AT-AT.
All right. It's got moss all over it.
I mean, I can tell you what it means if you want to know what AT-AT stands for.
Yeah, tell me what it means actually. Let me in.
Oh crap, I just forgot it. All-terrain armored transport is what it stands for, I believe.
All-terrain armored transport.
You know,
It does seem to be moving through some rough terrain. It seems to have picked up some of the terrain.
That's what I.
Very conveniently, so you can climb all over it.
Absolutely. This is what I love about these games. It's like, hey,
Similar to Uncharted
absolutely.
in that respect.
This is why I liked this game so much when it came out, because I was a big Uncharted fan, and it's kind of exactly what I wanted, you know.
All platformers. There's always some conveniently placed things to
Yeah.
grab onto and jump around on.
Well, yeah. I mean, haven't you ever gone like climbing around and you're just like climbing through vines and?
Or maybe
mud?
this is actually a part of their cover. Is this intentional or is it just dirty?
I think it's just because it's
from walking
dirty.
through the planet. Okay.
Just
You know,
because.
maybe they had it like crouched down in the trees. No, it just looks dirty. They need to clean.
Okay, here we go.
So, this recently got an update where it would run at 60 FPS on the PS5.
Which is rad.
Does it look?
I think it looks gorgeous and
Looks
it's
all right.
running real well.
I played this on the PS4 for a little bit. I redboxed it at one point, but I did not make it very far.
I played it. I think it came out like last year, maybe
Yeah.
last fall, and I like played all through it on like Thanksgiving break. Played it on the easiest difficulty, you know.
Yeah, I can tell. Out here whiffing all these swings. The fans that populate the YouTube comments or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, most of them are children, which, I mean, children don't know any better, which is understandable. However, it is no. Oh shoot! All right, getting shot from
Combat.
Yeah.
Chris's first combat.
Something like that. Oh,
It's a
good.
banana.
Come on.
See, I mean, I've been out of here
There
for
we
a
go.
while. You're shooting bananas.
Yeah, that apparent. Oh shoot!
Right now, you're rocking a season 3 skin. Not chapter 2 season 3. Is that 2 in a row, Chris?
Yeah, it is. Double whammy, I suppose. I did not expect to get anywhere close to that, but all right. I'm not gonna say no. But yeah, no. So, oh shoot. Okay.
Non-stop.
Oh wow, this SMG has a lot of recoil. Goodness gracious.
Come on, Chris.
I know,
Hit
I
him
know.
with the beams.
All right.
Lars the kid. More like Lars.
More like
dead.
loser the kid. That's a real knee slapper and a
It was
half.
a knee slapper, let me tell you.
Oh goodness. But yeah, no. So like the community, like I said, mostly kids, understandable. They don't really know any better. It does get annoying. However, oh, there's a person in the distance. There's tryhards that are adults, which that's usually where the toxicity comes from because they know a little bit. They know a few more swear words. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Leading to, you know, all the cringe moments we had in Justice League, the Russian families, all that stuff like that.
You didn't like seeing them trapped in that house for half the movie?
No, I
Or
didn't.
the last quarter of it, at least?
No, I didn't like any of the stupid jokes either, where Flash is laying on top of Wonder Woman and then it's like, oh, I better get off. Anyway, so that's not the real Justice League. That's Justice League, as we like to say. And fans got word of these behind-the-scenes goings-on, and we were not happy about it for about 3 years. So for those 3 years, it was just nothing but sending things to WB, trying to get them to #release the Snyder Cut for 3 long, agonizing years. And Zack Snyder was amazing about it. Like he was just pulling in factors about like, here's what I was gonna have, and yes, it does exist when every media outlet's telling us that it doesn't exist.
So, do you think Siege is the prime example of a game with legs then. And do you think other studios should take notes of this? Or do you think that, it's hard to pull it off well and be able to support your game this long?
I think it's hard to pull it off this long. Being able to support this game for this long, most games won't be able to do that. For an example, Call of Duty comes out with a new game every single year.
Yeah, and I loved Modern Warfare. I'm not huge on Black Ops Cold War, and I would have rather them continued to support Modern Warfare with the release of Cold War.
Yep, and then maybe it took 2 years to develop the next one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I just can't do it. The hit registration on Cold War is so bad. Like, it just feels like I'm playing an old game. I don't know.
Right. It just doesn't feel like a next-gen game on how it should.
The only thing I really like are the triggers. I do like the adaptive triggers.
I actually hate the adaptive triggers for multiplayer.
Really?
Yeah, if I'm playing like campaign or stuff, I will use the adaptive triggers all.
Thanks everybody for tuning in to Gentoo. This has been your episode of Project Delta. Talk to you next week.